Did you know that honeybees are responsible for 1/3 of the food we eat? Their impact on our planet goes far beyond honey. Stick with us to discover some unbelievable facts about honeybees. Fact 1. Honeybees have been around for millions of years, and they are among the most ancient pollinators on the planet. Fossil evidence suggests that bees have been helping plants reproduce for over 100 million years. Fact 2. Honeybees belong to the genus Apis and are social insects, meaning they live in colonies. A single honeybee colony can house up to 60,000 bees, each with a specific role, from the queen to worker bees to drones. Fact 3. One honeybee produces only about 1/12 of a teaspoon of honey in its lifetime. However, by working together as a colony, bees can produce pounds of honey within a year. This teamwork is crucial to the survival of the hive. Question: how many flowers do you think a honeybee visits to make just 1 pound of honey? Answer: a honeybee must visit around 2 million flowers and fly over 55,000 miles to make just 1 pound of honey. Fact 4. The queen bee is the most important member of the hive. She's the only female bee in the colony capable of laying eggs, and she can lay up to 2,000 eggs a day during peak season. The queen also releases pheromones to communicate with the colony and maintain order. Fact 5. Male bees, known as drones, have only one job: to mate with the queen. They don't gather food, protect the hive, or make honey. After mating, drones die, which is their sole purpose in the hive. Fact 6. Worker bees, all female, are responsible for almost everything within the hive, from gathering nectar and pollen to caring for the young. They also regulate the temperature of the hive by fanning their wings if it gets too hot. A worker bee lives about 6 weeks in summer due to high activity, but in winter it can live up to 5 months to help the hive survive. Honeybees are way smarter than you think. They have a unique language and even know how to perform dances to communicate with each other. Honeybees use a waggle dance to communicate the location of food sources. When a worker bee finds a good source of nectar, it returns to the hive and performs a dance in a figure-8 pattern. The angle and duration of the waggle portion indicate the direction and distance of the flowers. Honeybees have 5 eyes. They have 2 large compound eyes on the sides of their head and 3 small simple eyes on top. These extra eyes help them navigate and detect light intensity, which is crucial for finding flowers and returning to the hive. Bees are capable of recognizing human faces. Studies show that bees can learn to identify specific patterns, which is similar to how humans recognize faces. This is a testament to their advanced visual processing abilities. Question: do you think bees can see colors? Answer: yes, honeybees can see colors but have a unique vision range. They can see ultraviolet light, which is invisible to humans, and are especially attracted to blue and purple flowers. Honeybees are incredibly fast flyers. They can fly at speeds of up to 15 miles per hour and beat their wings around 200 times per second. This wing speed is also what produces the characteristic buzz sound we associate with bees. Honeybees are sensitive to pheromones, which are chemical signals. The queen's pheromones keep the hive united and signal her presence to all bees. When a worker bee detects danger, it releases an alarm pheromone to warn the others. Honeybees practice bee hygiene by grooming each other to remove dirt and parasites. This social grooming behavior helps keep the hive healthy and prevents the spread of disease within the colony. Question: did you know that bees can recognize numbers? Answer: honeybees can surprisingly distinguish between different quantities up to around 4. Honeybees aren't just making honey, they're supporting our entire food system. Without them, many of the foods we love wouldn't exist. Fact 13. Honeybees are crucial pollinators for over 70% of the crops that feed 90% of the world's population. This includes fruits, vegetables, nuts, and many plants used to feed livestock, which in turn supports meat and dairy production. Fact 14. It's estimated that honeybee pollination adds over $15 billion in value to U.S. agriculture each year. Without bees, many crops would become scarce and far more expensive due to the labor-intensive hand pollination that would be needed. Fact 15. Bees help pollinate wild plants as well, supporting entire ecosystems. Pollination allows plants to reproduce, which provides food and shelter for countless other species, from birds to insects to mammals. Question: can you guess which popular fruit relies entirely on honeybees for pollination? Answer: almonds. California's almond industry is completely dependent on honeybees for pollination. Each year, billions of bees are brought to almond orchards to ensure a successful harvest. Fact 16. Honeybees are responsible for pollinating some of our most nutritious foods, such as berries, nuts, and leafy greens. Without bees, our diets would be less varied and less healthy. Fact 17. The diversity of plants that bees pollinate also contributes to biodiversity, which helps ecosystems remain resilient against diseases, pests, and environmental changes. Bees play a vital role in maintaining the balance of nature. Fact 18. Some plants, like blueberries and cherries, yield larger, better fruit when pollinated by bees. This means that bees not only help produce food, but also improve the quality and nutritional value of what we eat. Question: would you consider starting a pollinator garden or supporting local beekeepers? Answer: by making our environment friendlier for bees, we're also protecting our food supply and biodiversity. Honeybees are facing serious threats that put their survival and our food supply at risk. Here's what's endangering honeybees and what we can all do to help. Fact 19. Honeybees are under threat from multiple factors, including habitat loss, pesticide exposure, climate change, and diseases. Colony collapse disorder, CCD, is a phenomenon where most worker bees disappear from a hive, leaving it unable to survive. Fact 20. Pesticides, especially neonicotinoids, are extremely harmful to honeybees. These chemicals disrupt bees' nervous systems, making it difficult for them to navigate back to their hive, which weakens the colony. Question: did you know that planting flowers in your garden can help honeybees? Answer: absolutely. Planting bee-friendly flowers like lavender, sunflowers, and wildflowers provides bees with nectar and pollen, which helps them thrive. Fact 21. Urbanization and the loss of wildflower-rich habitats reduce the availability of food for bees. Encouraging more green spaces and pollinator-friendly gardens is one way we can support bee populations. Fact 22. Climate change also affects honeybees by altering the flowering patterns of plants. When flowers bloom earlier or later than usual, bees may miss their window to collect food, impacting the hive's survival. Fact 23. Beekeeping practices and the relocation of commercial bee colonies can spread diseases and parasites like the varroa mite, which devastates bee populations by weakening and killing entire colonies. Fact 24. Everyone can help honeybees by avoiding the use of harmful pesticides, supporting organic farming, planting pollinator-friendly gardens, and buying honey from local sustainable sources. Honeybees are incredible creatures with an enormous impact on our world. Understanding their importance and supporting efforts to protect them will help ensure they continue to thrive. Subscribe and hit the bell icon for more incredible facts about our planet's fascinating wildlife.